are still going to stream it?
You can start. You can start now.
Okay, thank you. So, yeah, please, guys, try to mute yourself if you are not speaking. And, oh, Ryan, do you want to say something?
I just wanted to introduce myself. Okay, my name is Ryan.
Please go ahead.
Name is Ryan. I'm from Madagascar. I'm 25 years old.
नहीं हम पूरी दुनिया के ऐड कर दी है.
And I'm
What
very
is this, sir?
interested in learning new languages. I just joined yesterday and I like this group. This
yeah, I saw you yesterday in our English virtual learning session. So you are welcome to join us on Sundays and Saturdays. So thanks for introducing yourself. Yeah, it's time to start our topic today. So welcome to CTI Global Conference, where we discuss very interesting topic every Sunday with different fascinating topics. So our topic today is skills and talent. Our host is Mitch from Zambia. So Mitch, please go ahead.
Sir, how did you come this idea to teach?
Hello? Okay. I think I'm gonna start the meeting. Okay, yeah. So just a brief introduction about myself. My name is Zelu Hazel Michelo, but I am frequently known as Mitch because it's much easier to refer to me as that. So one of the topics that I chose to set or rather share is about skills and talents, which is something that affects all of us and, you know, which is important for all of us because it is part of our lives. And during this, maybe I should say pandemic, many people are discovering new things. And I just thought it would be useful to spend this time where many people are in lockdown to discover something new, a skill, a talent, or anything of any use. So I have some few slides to share so that you can follow me suit. So okay, so I'm gonna be sharing the screen.
Can you share me?
Yeah, I'm trying to share it. Is it visible?
Not yet.
Is the slide visible for everyone?
Not yet,
No.
not yet.
No.
Not yet. Okay.
No, it's not clear.
Okay, it's coming.
Okay, yeah, let it just wait for a little while. Okay, so yeah, so the topic today is about skills and talents. I've given an introduction about it. So we're going to go in with the first thing, the definition. Many of us have come across different definitions of a skill, a talent. Sometimes other people refer to it as gifts, and sometimes people would say something like purpose. So according to Wikipedia, a talent is natural aptitude or skill, and others define it as a person or persons with special ability, especially in a particular field. So let's say you are in a class, a music class, and there's a new student or there are new students in that particular class. You find that there's a teacher teaching, let's say, the students to learn how to play a guitar. So at the end of the year, you find other students having a specific aptitude, or rather they stand out comparing to others. So what is it that makes the person stand out? Yet they received the same education from the same teacher. I don't know if some of us have experienced this when you're in a class, you have a mathematics teacher, and there's just this one person who always gets above 90% in the classroom. And then for others have some slight difficult in getting this particular grade. So what is it that makes this person stand out? Another definition I'd love to give is a skill, the ability to perform an action with determined results. So these things like talent and skill are interchangeably because in different languages they mean one and the same thing. So that's what I would say. So let's dig in. So I would love to give these examples of people and I would love people to interact. You can choose one person from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 who you know among these people. So this is a set of people who are known in a specific area around the world. So yeah, we can make it interactive. For now, I can pause the sharing so that everyone can see the screen. Okay. So you can just see the particular people who are in this screen. Just memorize any of these and then you can make mention of who you know. Hicham, you can help me select anyone from anywhere who is ready to.
Okay, so you can just pay attention. People are raising their hand, so I can see Jerry raising his hand. So if you want to participate, just raise your hand. Or if you are not familiar with Zoom application, just unmute yourself and speak. Okay, Jerry, go ahead, please.
Yeah, morning. Well, so I think that number 3 is either Jackie Chan or Bruce Lee, one of those two, because I get kind of confused, but it's related to martial arts. That's the one.
Okay, so which one do you choose between Jackie Chan or the other one?
Bruce Lee, I'll
select
go with
one, select one.
Bruce Lee.
You go with? Okay, that's correct. This guy is Bruce Lee. I think most of us are used to seeing him in the martial arts position and doing the hai chi cha, chak cha, you know, all those martial arts moves. Here he's wearing a suit, so it's difficult to know him. So yeah, that was Jerry. Anyone else? Hicham, help me choose among the participants.
Sashi from, Sashi, go ahead. If you want to speak, unmute yourself, Sashi, and go ahead, please.
Yeah. Hello. Is it audible to everyone?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah. So, like in field of acting, in film of acting, there's Bollywood acting like Shah Rukh Khan, and I can say that Shah Rukh Khan and Amitabh Bachchan. So you can relate the skills and the talent. So if I relate the skills and talent, so the skills like the talent, I can indicate the talent is already born in talent for Amitabh Bachchan. But I meant to say, Amitabh Bachchan, the born in talent. And as I compare to the Shah Rukh Khan, Shah Rukh Khan, it's a skill that he developed from his hard work. That's what I can say.
Thank you. We have also Jenny. Please go ahead. Unmute yourself.
Yes. Yeah, I think number 4, that's a musical band. They are.
Okay, what are they called?
Their talent about singing and performing on stage. Yeah.
Do you have any idea what their name is? Like they have the band name, so can you guess the band? I'm pretty sure this is known,
about BTS
in
from
Asia.
Korea.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
Yeah, so the people on number 4 is BTS. So we have had number 3 and number 4 is out. So 1, 2, and 5 among the participants. Hicham, help me choose one to select who they know.
Ikram, go ahead, please.
Yeah, number 2 is Nelson Mandela, I think. He's a politician in the South Africa. That what I read about him. He was a really good politician. That's all.
Okay, so that's correct. Number 2 is Nelson Mandela, and he's mostly known for leadership, so to say. Thank you so much, Ikram. So we have number 1 and number 5 left. Among the participants, anyone?
Yeah, I'm gonna say it. Number 1 is Mohamed Salah, who's a footballer and he's a good player. So he may have talent in football, soccer. Yeah, that's called,
correct.
right?
Yeah, mostly called Mo Salah. Yeah, for those who are football fans, you would relate with me. Okay, we have the last one. Number 5.
Soham,
Does anyone
go
know?
ahead. Yeah, Soham, please go ahead.
Yes, so the number 5 is Saina Nehwal. She's a tennis player, and she had 3 or 4 Grand Slam. I don't know the exact number, but she is very popular at its career in tennis. I don't know where is she from exactly.
Okay, it doesn't matter where she's from, but among these 5, I think everyone is able to relate. The first one is talented or known in football. Second one, Nelson Mandela, he's known for his leadership and good governance. The third one is Bruce Lee, he's known for his martial art moves, especially in movies. We have the boy band on number 4, BTS. They are musicians or they're into choreo and singing. And we have number 5, which is Serena Williams, who's good at tennis. Okay, so I don't know, were there some hands left? For those hands which were left, we have more people. Anyone who hasn't answered, you can just participate and feel free to select one person, from these.
We have Vijay wants to.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Number 2 is Michael Jackson.
Okay, yes, that's correct.
And
yes, so Michael Jackson is known as the king of art and so on and so forth. So yeah, that's correct. Anyone else who would love to participate and mention any of these people?
Nancy, go ahead.
I think number 3 is look kind of familiar to me. Maybe he is the president of India. Am I right?
Okay, yeah, he's related to India, but do you know his name? Any idea?
Sorry, I didn't know his name, but I saw his picture on the cover of the money currency in India, right?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah. Okay, so Nancy has given us the first clue. The guy on number 3 is from India. So we want someone also to add on to Nancy's guess, the name of number 3.
Hello?
Hello.
Is it audible to everyone?
Hi.
Hello. Hello, is
yes,
it audible to everyone?
Audible.
We can hear you.
Yeah,
can hear you.
Go ahead.
Yes, I'm from India as well, and to the response to Nancy from Japan, his name is Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. All right, he's considered as the father of our nation, and he has a great contribution in the independence activities from the colonial era. And he is as he observed it right that his photo is on the currency. Hello.
Yeah, go ahead. Continue.
Yes, Satya.
His photo is on our currency notes. He's a great ideological man, and he's considered one of the most ideal person to be in our country. Though he's called father of the nation, but he's one of the ideals from many other freedom fighters. So to Nancy, for more information, he's more than a freedom fighter. He's the ideal man of India. You can see everywhere if you go, you see his statue representing Indian ideologies. So his talent is something like he he can easily pull people to any activity that is meant to be happening for a nation as a whole. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Satyasagar.
Sujarta?
That was a nice.
Sujarta, go ahead. You cannot hear me. Okay, Ahmed Abdurazzaq, unmute yourself and go ahead, please.
Hello.
Yes, hello. How are you?
Yeah, hello.
Do you
Yeah,
hear
go ahead,
me?
please.
Yeah, do you hear me?
Ahmed Abdurazzaq, please go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. So, Gierta, you will go after Ahmed, okay?
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Okay, yeah, Ahmed, please.
Well, number 4 is Usain Bolt, I think. He's an athlete and he runs very fast. He's the fastest man alive, I think. That's what I know.
Yes, that is correct. That's Usain Bolt. He's from Jamaica and he's so good at running, especially for the 100 and 200 meters sprinting. So he's known for that. So we have the last one, which is number 1. Does anyone know who this woman or lady is?
Yeah, Sujarta, go ahead, please, if you want to answer the number 1.
Exactly. I don't know. This is number 1. I think this is drama or I don't know exactly. I think number 1 having talented. That's right.
Okay, talented in which field?
Yeah, that's right. I think this number 1 is talented. He have talented in makeup his face to be awesome face.
Okay.
And
listening
I think I mean he used best dresses.
Okay. There are some hints of correctness in that, and there's more to add. So I will ask a last person to guess who this person is, and if not, we can go ahead. I'll tell you the name of this person. Anyone, anywhere, who has any idea?
G Tender, you want to go for this? Unmute yourself.
Hi, hope my voice is audible to all.
Yes, it is.
I can recognize the 3 people, second, third, and fourth. I think fourth is Bolt. I think he's a running legend. And first one I could not recognize.
Yes.
So yeah, second, yeah, we all know. And third is again Mahatma Gandhi. Fourth is Bolt, I guess. And first one I could not recognize.
Yeah, that's correct. So anyone who can guess who the first one is?
I know. Can I? Because I think that
Jerry Mexico, I am expecting you to know her.
Yeah, she's Frida Kahlo. She's a painter.
Yes.
Actually, a lot of her painters are her portraits, and paints are all around Mexico. And she was also married to another guy that was also a very, very famous Mexican painter. So she paints. I know that her face isn't like the expectation for everyone as like beauty, but she was very talented. So one by one.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone, for your suggestions and the participation in this. So what's the point of this? We're just trying to see what talent could do for many of the people. Okay. What talent could do for these people such that most of us around the world are able to recognize them, were able to relate what their talent was or what it was related with, and how it made them known among people. So to the next slide, there's a statement and it says, everyone has an innate aptitude at something which is perfected through practice. So I believe all of us here in this meeting, we have an innate aptitude, or rather an inborn aptitude to something which we ought to be good at when we are put with other people, when we're put with a crowd. It makes us stand out. So I don't know if most of us here have discovered what we are good at or what we stand out, but yeah, this is just a statement I wanted to share. So there are different particular things that a person can be good at. We can see it's from childhood. There's a DJ here, there are dancers, a singer, and someone who's good at acrobatics. So all of us have got different things that we're good at, and we can stand out for those things. So another statement is the death of this natural ability is often caused by copying and comparison. I don't know how many would agree with me on this one. When we start the discussion, I would hear some opinions from other people, what they think about this statement. So you can just keep it in mind. So I have a life cycle which I would love to share with people. I hope you'll be able to see my handwriting. So this is what I'm referring to as the flow chart of life cycle as we know. So let's give an example starting over here. When you are a child, when we are a child, we come out blank, or rather we can be like a blank disc where we do not know anything. We're not preconditioned by anyone or our family or our society. So if you notice when you are young, from the age of, let's say 5 to 10, somewhere there, or let's say approximately 7 years old, we had dreams. Some of us would say, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a lawyer, I want to be a teacher. Others others said, I want to be a gymnast, I want to be good at this. All of us, I think, had childhood aspirations, but as we grew up, we faced reality hit us, and we changed along the way, okay? So my point is that when you're a child, we come as blank slides, I should say, and we have the ability to learn anything. So this is before being influenced by external environment. We have dreams, we have things that we want to achieve. So after growing up, we are surrounded by family. We're surrounded by family. So this is when the challenge begins. Imagine here as a child, you have dreams. Let's say, I want to be a teacher, I want to be a coach, I want to be a farmer. But when you grow up and you reach the age of, let's say, somewhere 12, you reach in your teen years, your family is there to precondition you. They tell you the reality. This may not be the same for all of us, but I would say for some people here, when they are children, the family or the father or the mother just says, you're gonna be a lawyer, you're gonna be a doctor. Even when you want to be a musician, your family has just said, this is my firstborn child, she's gonna be a doctor. And you know, the family preconditioning starts. So it starts again. Let's say others say you want to be a doctor. Sorry for the handwriting, I hope you can see. Others say you have to be a lawyer, you have to study law. Others say you have to be a nurse. Others say you have to be a teacher. This is in the family, okay? So after you finish this family, influence, it goes to the next level, which is society. Let's say you start your education. You start your education. You face the reality saying, okay, I want to be, let's say, a model. And then you find being a model in your particular country is not marketable. It has no scope. So as you go in society, you start changing the things that you wanted to do. So let's say as a child, you knew you were talented at drawing, you were talented at art, but when you reach society, you get your education, they give you something else of career. Or rather, the example I can give is from here, you want to be an engineer, But as you go outside here, let's say you get affected by your grades. Your grades affect you. Sorry for the handwriting. Your grades affect you. The job opportunities are not available. And so on and so forth. So in spite of you wanting to be, let's say, a doctor, just because you got low grades in that particular field, everything gets cancelled and it changes. So this is the life cycle as we know it. So from childhood, we have dreams. We are talented at many things. Some of us were talented at drawing when we were children. We would sing, but as we turned and went into this particular area, we find that things change. So you can just put this in mind. Those who want to comment on this, we can give comments. So the summary of what I'm trying to say is that there is a particular trend that is followed for many of us, and I think we can agree with that. That is, I hope you can see this. Okay, I'll start from here. School. This is the first one. Go to school, get an education, go to school. The next part after going to school, let's say you finish your 12th standard, you go to university. So this is uni. You go to university and then let's say there you get streamed to do a course that you do not want to do. Others get the courses that they want to do. All these things are based on the marks that you get. Okay. So the next category is getting a job. This is the part where the job is. You get a job. For others who have relatives in the society, they get the job easily. Others have to struggle to get these jobs. The next thing, marriage. Oh, my screen here is moving. Okay. The next thing here is marriage and children. Okay. And then after all this, it repeats. You embed into your children, you should be a doctor, you should be a lawyer, you should be blah, 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 blah. You repeat. I don't know if people would agree with me on this one, but I'll get to hear. Oh gosh. Repeat. So I'll get to hear what you guys have to say concerning this. So the question is, does our society or the society you live in, does it give room for the talent or for searching the skills that you have? So this is my question. I'd love to have 2 people or 3 people who haven't answered or who want to say something concerning some of the things which I have said and who wants to give a comment. Opinion. Hicham, please help me select. You can raise your hand.
Please, if you
are interested.
If you want to participate, just try to raise your hand on the application. We have Sashi. Please go ahead. Unmute yourself and go ahead.
Hi. Hello. Is it audible, everyone?
Yeah.
Hello.
You want to give your opinion about the topic? Go ahead, please.
So as she said, that does our society give room for talent? Okay. Adding to a couple of points, what she said.
Sashi, please wait a second. Mitch, if you finished with the presentation, try to stop sharing to see all the participants.
Okay, okay.
And then just share it whenever you need it.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you can share it again later when you want.
No problem.
Yeah, go ahead, Sashi, please.
Okay.
Yeah, we would like you to turn on your camera.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, please.
Okay, as she said that does society give us like freedom to do this? Okay, so adding a couple of points to what she said, like the main part of skill and talent is the intelligence. Okay, so intelligence is also divided into a couple of things like body kinematics, interpersonal skills, logical ability, and all that things. Okay, so dividing that to many subcategory. So there are a couple of things that need to be sharpened, like the skills and the talent. This all need an intelligence. So our society, if I can share a screen, can I share a content? Hello. Hello.
You want her to share the screen again?
Yeah. No. I just want to share a content over here. So can I?
You want to share something?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me see.
Yes.
Okay, so go ahead. Yeah,
Okay,
go ahead. You
thank
can
you.
share now.
Thank you. See, this is what I was trying to say. Okay, if you can see this graph, okay, this is a graph where it indicates the intelligence of the society. Okay, so how our society, this intelligence graph is showing how globally our society is like globally how the intelligence is dispersed. So in global, you can see the graph, it's like moving up. The trajectory part is moving up. And like in America, you can see the graph is like steep and it's also moving in a trajectory path. You can see all the graph. What does it mean? Like our society.
Can you zoom it up a little bit, if possible?
Okay. See,
Yeah. Okay.
globally
Very
you
good
can
now.
see, yeah, globally you can see how this path is moving. Okay, this is how this is moving. Okay, so if you go for in America, you can see this. Okay, in Europe, you can see the graph is like bit low. And if you see in Asia, it's this, and Africa this, and Oceania this. With the advent of time, the graph is also increasing. Okay, so the main point of telling is this. So yeah, our society is giving ample of things to enhance our talent and skill. Okay, but there are couple of things that that does not allow us to grow as per the time. Okay, like the cultural aspect, cultural thing that restricts you, the social things also restrict you. So there are a couple of things that restricts the growth of this thing. Okay, but there are a couple of countries also there, like India. They are giving a lot of opportunity to enhance your skill, like providing some of the shows and some of the concerts and like something like. And if I go for UNESCO is also providing couple of events there where you can enhance your talent and skills, because there is world talent that is used is about 70% of the world talent is only used. Okay, rest 30% they want to enhance, like if we can use 100% of the world talent. So this is what I want to tell.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, who else wants to share his opinion? Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, please.
Yes, my point is the way I think is a follow-up to Shashi. So the Shashi said it's the society gives ample chance to, and some society gives ample chance and some society don't. See, the way I see it is it's about the survival. If you can relate the population growth and density to the geographical distinction and resource availability, then it divides it divides the resource into the population is very unevenly and in the spectrum of geography. So it's all about survival and what you need to do. What I think is, if you have larger amount of geographical resources and lesser people to consume it, so there is a lot of chance for survival, and you have much more free or leisure time to divert yourself from surviving capabilities, surviving opportunities, and your other leisure activities. Now, if we consider the place of in Southeast Asia or South Asia, here the population density is much more, is very clumsy here. So here we hardly get any chance to develop our talent or skill. Though we get, no doubt, it's fine, we get. But if you see, the survival of society is the forefront priority in our societies. You need to check out your water availability. You need to check out your soils and sustainability. So the time required to enhance our talent or skill is killed by these activities to make us survive. So it is I think there's some amount of correlation between demography and the talent and the skills development. The activities somehow are related, and somehow they are both proportional or inversely proportional. Sorry, I cannot make the relation right now, but I think there's some relation which we should make a point, and we think that our sustainable development goals must go towards this, and the human right activities which we are conducting now must also cater the intelligence and taking account in our skill and talent development. Thank you.
Thanks so much for sharing that. Who else wants to share something about the topic? Anything?
Two more, then we can continue.
Yeah.
I want to share something before I go because I have a meeting right now.
Okay.
So about the skill or the talent, my belief is that everything can be learned from us. There isn't something called only talent or only something you get when you get birth or like that. I believe that maybe 10% can be a talent, but all of the like the other thing came from the experience we get from learning something. There isn't something just talent and I don't have a talent, I don't want to learn it. No, you got to learn so that you get that talent or you get that skill. So that was all. And see you guys. I gotta go right now.
Yeah, thank you, Sarah, and see you next time. Who wants to share his opinion? Yeah, go ahead, Pius. Please correct me if I'm mispronouncing your name.
Yeah, it's Pius.
Pius. Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah, on the skills and talent, it's really a nice topic, and I want to pick up from the very question Mitch just asked. The society, does it support our skills? So back home in Uganda, I have a cousin who is very talented in singing, and he really wanted to do music, as a profession. Yeah. But the family was a bit biased in that you either be a doctor, an engineer, some profession. So one thing that I would love to urge everyone on this group is let us be a little bit open-minded, because just as this period of pandemic has come in, and we know business to be something that we open up a company, we open up a shop somewhere, but just as the pandemic has come abruptly, everything is going online. And so as each and everyone on this group, I urge us to be more open-minded. And I say this because from where I come from, back in Africa, and I believe in Asia and some parts of maybe Europe will relate to this, our parents were used to, just like the cycle that Mitch has shared, after school, university, you must come out with a profession, and it repeats itself. So as the new generation of people growing up, let's be open-minded, even for our children to come. Once someone says, I love football, try to encourage them. I love playing a guitar, try to encourage them. And one thing I would like to share is also why talents are dying. Mitch said something about, showed us on the screen, that it's because we compare ourselves with other people. So let's try to own ourselves and be proud of ourselves. That comparison tends to make us feel low, And at the end of it all, we say, wow, so-and-so is better than me at dancing. And then, you know, you just keep yourself low, but try to develop that talent in you so that the world sees it. And I'm very happy of this platform because many people in this group know how to speak, but sometimes we don't get the opportunity. So when such an opportunity comes, try to bring up the ideas you have. And that alone builds the speaking, you know, public speaking, networking. You're building your own skill. So yeah, that's one thing I would love to share for now. Thank you.
Pius, I have to be honest, I should admit that I really loved your point of view, because this truth is happening everywhere. So we have a bias to do the thing that our society want us to do, not the thing that we want to do in our future, you know? So we always have the hidden talent inside us, or the giant, the sleepy giant inside our body. But we are trying to like satisfy the society and not indulging our needs and our desire in, yeah, especially in some societies, they are still cannot accept some hobbies or maybe some talent, as Mitch mentioned before, like modeling or such a thing. Yeah, so it's hard to get something like that because it's still not totally acceptable in some societies. So thanks so much for sharing that, and hope to see you every Sunday. I would like to hear from your side for every topic. Yeah, Mitch, go ahead, please.
Yeah, so we can continue with the last part of the small PPT or the small thing that I shared. So we looked at the life cycle, which most of us have been going through. Go to school, get good grades, go to university, get a job, get married, repeat. So I hope this doesn't happen for our children in the coming generation. I hope we'll be more open-minded, like Pius said. So, the next slide. Okay, so this is just something that is I want for you to think about right now, and then at the end of it all, we are going to discuss. So, what is your talent? If we strip off your education, what are we good at? The question that I am trying to ask here is, if I ask you, what are you good at, or what can you do, or what skills do you have? Removing the education, saying I am an engineer, I am a teacher, I am a nurse, I am a doctor, a lawyer. If we remove all these qualifications, or let's say we are living in a world where there is nothing like a career, what are you good at? So just try to think of that and bear that in mind. And then, what do many people say you are good at? So this is just some of the things that makes you think or decipher how to know what you are good at. Some of us already know what we are good at, what we're talented at. Others are still discovering, and for others, there's still more of the talent and skills to discover. So these are just a few fun facts. These over here, few fun facts about talents. So as we saw in the first and in the second slides about the particular pop stars and sports stars and artists, leaders, we are able to know these people. See, out of a world population of 8 billion, why is it that we are able to recognize these figures in spite of them being from other parts of the world, you know, which are very different from our country, our region? What makes them stand out? What made them stand out? They have a unique quality that all of us are able to relate with. So these are just some fun facts about talents. You can comment on this later. It makes you stand out. That's number one. Two, it can earn you wealth. others became wealthy. Let's say, for example, Serena Williams, or some actors became wealthy due to their attribute, their skill of talents or acting. And then a talent can enable you to leave a legacy. Like one of the figures which was celebrated yesterday was Nelson Mandela. Even though he has passed on, we are able to know him for what he did because he left a legacy. So the question is, what legacy do you want to leave when you die? Another thing that I would love to look at is this particular picture. I think many of us have come across this picture, the iceberg of illusion. So quite right, say someone knows their talent, what they are skilled at, or what they are gifted at or good at. But this, I bet, is one of the main things that we have to go through. We only see the success at the top, like for example, let's say Mo Salah, one of the footballers, or Usain Bolt, who are good in sports. But behind all that, we have all these things which they had to go through, be it practice, dedication, hard work, disappointment, sacrifice. You know, the movies or the reality that we try to live in, or rather the illusion we live in today, is that success is easy. Just win the lotto and you become a millionaire. Just hit the field and you become a footballer, or you become a fastest man in the world like Usain Bolt. You know, all these things, the media makes it tend as though it is easy. They don't cover the difficult parts which are below here. And we only tend to see the crown of everything here. So this is just a reminder that even if we discover what we're good at, we have to sharpen those skills or talents or gifts or whatever they are, so that we can become better at them. Even though you're born with the talent of singing, you have to practice your vocals, you have to practice so many hours for you to come up with whatever you're good at. So yeah, looking at this, we have other things which kill talents. These are some of the things I would say, but for those who want to add on, we will discuss towards the end what they think kills talents. So for people who have comments on any of these slides I have shared, you can write them down and then we'll discuss them. So we have fear. Let's say you're afraid of leaving your comfort zone. You are afraid of losing your job. Let's say you're an accountant, but you're talented at designing clothes. You're afraid of leaving that job that you have because it earns you money, and you're scared of not knowing whether what you're going to venture in is going to earn you an income. The next thing is society norms. Let's say you're living in a part of the world where modeling is not common, or where singing is not common, or where a lady, for example, is supposed to stay in the house, be filial to their family, and they should never be seen. So society norms in a particular society where you're living can also affect that talent that you have. Another thing is lack of practice. You may be good at something, let's say drawing, whatever. For example, let's say you obtained a skill, but that died out because you never used to practice. The last the education. Let's say you go to school and our parents are expecting us, like we said earlier, let's say to become a doctor, and the education system is telling you you have to become a good citizen, you have to become a useful citizen in the society, you have to be a lawyer, you have to be a nurse. And you know, the education system, let's say from the time you're in kindergarten to the time you reach university, you find that there is no room in this time period for you to develop or discover your talent, because the only thing you learn from school is mathematics, English, all these subjects. And most of us in some countries they're developing that, there should be some extracurricular activities like soccer and all those things, but for other countries that is not yet there for you to have these things to learn. So this is one of the things I wanted to say. So this is just food for thought. You can just look it out on trying to question what you are good at. Yeah, so I would love to hear from these 4 slides which I have shared. What are people's views? At least let's have 2 to 3 people to share their views, especially those who haven't said anything. Then we can conclude.
Yeah, you can express your talent, maybe that you already achieved it, or the talent that you wish to accomplish, but it's not compatible with the society you are living in, or yeah, you can share such a thing. Yeah, Jenny was raising her hand for a long time. I guess she wants to share something. Okay, please
Yes.
unmute yourself and go ahead.
Thank you so much for giving me a chance to talk. Actually, I was raising my hand from the question, does our society have a Zoom for talents? I want to share something about in my country, Vietnamese government, they have spent a lot of money to nurture and find out talents, and some people who have a special skill and they are using national budgets, and they organize a lot of competitions, and they deliver award and medal to encourage everyone, and they also offer a lot of facilities, I mean schools, institutes, or some labs to nurture and to educate and to find out talents for our countries. And they do that because they hope that in the future these people will dedicate their talent for our society, and they will make our country move better and better in the future, especially for some games or some competition with international friends. Yeah, and I'm very happy because I don't know about myself, about my talents, but I'm lucky when my government also support me with a good educational system, and I could finish my PhD degree in 2015, and also I have a good environment and good school to teach for more than 15 years. That's I feel very happy and honored about that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jenny. Ryan, go ahead, please.
Okay, thank you. Okay, let me say something about myself. I love singing, but I don't know if it's my talent, but I really love it, and also playing musical instrument, guitar. I'm so interested in playing musical instrument, but I just have guitar now, but just for fun. I don't like earn money from this, but I just develop it every day, and yeah, it is something that I like, and I like writing poems too. Maybe someday in the future, Maybe I'm gonna be a writer. Who knows? I don't know, but these are something that not difficult for me to do, like writing poems and playing musical instrument. But I think that talent, you can develop it. You just have the basis, and you need to develop your talent if you know something. But that's the difference between skills. Skills, everyone can have skills in their work, for example, because now I am a secretary. It has nothing to do with my talent, but my talent is just for fun for me. That's to not earning any money from it. So I really like this topic because the society, you don't have the opportunity to expose your talent to the society sometimes, because the people don't care about the and few people can earn money from it. And that's my idea and my experience about the talent. And I like learning something new, like languages. Instead of my talent, I like to have new skills. That's the thing that I can't use my talent in my real life, but just for fun, just for relaxing. Yeah, this is life. And yeah, but I really appreciate this group because I can express I can speak, I can exchange the ideas. And yeah, I thank you.
Yeah, thanks so much, Rayhan. I totally agree with you. Our talents doesn't necessarily mean we have to earn money from it. So we can do it in our free time, spare time, to have fun, as long as we are enjoying it and entertain ourselves. But if you can like use it to make a life from it, that would be great, because you will all the time enjoy the work you are doing, you know, and you would never feel like you are working. So if you use your talent to earn money, you won't need to work forever, because you are doing the thing that you love. So you will always feel happy and enjoying yourself, like singing or doing anything you are interested in. Yeah, I like a quote that says, I'm not sure about exactly the quote, but the meaning is find the job or the work that you love, and you don't need to work at all, or you don't need to work after that, because that job would not be seem like a work for you. It will always seem like something enjoyable for you. Yeah, thank you. Ikram, go ahead, please.
Yes, so I think for me, there are a lot of obstacles that we are facing to develop our skills or our talents, especially family for me, because family, as Mitch said, they want you to be as what they want to. For me, I wanted to be a dancer, so it was impossible, especially here, because we have some social norms that it's not acceptable to be a dancer, and it has negative aspect for you. So I had a part-time job for earning money, and I applied for some dancing classes, and now I'm joining my talent. So yeah, and I think for those whom might feel it's impossible, or they have some financial problems, it's okay. I think that technology developed and internet provide us with a lot of opportunities to develop our skills and yeah, be famous, or probably what they are wanted to be. Thank you.
Okay,
Yeah,
can I
thanks
just
so much.
interrupt a
Ikram.
little bit?
Yeah,
As
go ahead.
people are answering the question, I have a question to add on for everyone because the time will soon be running out. So I'm gonna mix the last question with what everyone is answering, and the question that I have is this one. What is the richest place in your country or in the world? Like, what is the richest part, a place where you can pinpoint as the most richest or the wealthiest place in your particular region or area or country? So as you are answering the questions about talents and all that stuff, you can also add this briefly, like you can just mention if it's the shop, if it's the shopping mall, if it's the city, you can just mention what you think the wealthiest place is. Thank you. You can go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Mitch. Jerry, go ahead, please. Sorry for keeping you raising your hand for a long time. You must be so tired.
It's fine, don't worry. Yeah, just wanted to talk something about the image where when Mitch shows the iceberg. I think that for all the societies, it's basically a taboo to talk about failure. Most of the people are afraid to failure, you know. So for example, let's say I'm trying to learn Arabic, uh, but then at some point I feel that I'm failing, no? But I don't want to recognize that, or I don't want to express that to the other people. Then I'm just gonna say, oh yeah, I'm doing good. It's just taking a little bit longer. So I try to justify myself instead of facing the reality and change it, you know, to improve. And this happens also with every single talent. So I really like the image that Mitch showed with us. But I think that it is also necessary for us as citizens in our countries to start to embrace failure and not to think that is something disastrous. It's part of the process of learning, and everyone that has gone into a big place has passed through a lot of failures. And if we don't are how can I say that? If we don't want to see it as it is, then we will never get into the position that we want to be. Um, and also about the rich place in my country, yes, Mitch? Well, it depends, you know, because if we are talking about talent, then I will think in one place. If I'm thinking about wealth, then I will have another place. But basically, the places that are the richest ones tend to be the capitals because they also have an open mind. So they are open to everything that comes. And also, in those places, it is very common to have a lot of people that fails. But at the same time, there are a lot of people that are rising because the environment involves growth. So that's what I wanted to share. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Jerry. We are running out of time. Yeah, so we have also 2 participants more wants to share their opinions. Vijay, please go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah, sorry for letting you waiting because I was not able to see you. I'm only able to see people with the camera, you know, So I just opened the participant windows. So I noticed you and Soham. So please go ahead.
I just want to share about his talents and about myself. I love music like everybody, and at some point I felt like I want to make some music. So I started it very lately. I mean, a year ago I bought a guitar for myself, and I love to sing also. I want some not very high level, but in the college time at the competitions, I won some awards, and I find it very difficult to manage my time for the college and the practice time for the guitar. But I never skipped a day of 2-3 times, I think so. But in this lockdown and this corona issue, I got very much time to practice, and I improved myself. That's it. Thank you.
Thanks so much. Soham,
sorry
please go ahead.
Okay, so about my talent, I know if it's a talent or not, but the peculiar one. So I like to learn about national anthem of various countries. And till now, I know over than 50 national anthems like Algeria, Mexico, Zambia, Malaysia, Japan. So these type of countries where you people from. So it's one of my talents, you can say. People don't used to have that thing in their life. So apart from it, I used to learn language a lot. I'm learning Spanish and Arabic, and Spanish is my favorite language in the world, you can say. I love that more than my mother tongue. So, and apart from it, I have these two kind of talents. So you can say, and apart from it, to the question about the richest country, I think people have different opinions about it. But for me, UK or Great Britain is the richest country, one of the richest country in the world. I'm not sure though, but yes, it's my opinion. So I hope you agree.
Thanks so much, Soham, for sharing that. We are running out of time. So thank you for participating for today's conference. Thanks so much, Mitch, for the amazing
Just a minute.
topic.
I haven't answered the question to the last question that I asked. The richest part.
Okay.
That's like the last part that I just want to share with everyone. So this was the question. What is the richest part or the richest place in your country or region? So the answer that I had is quite different from what anyone would expect. So this was the answer, a quote given by Miles Monroe. I don't know if anyone knows of him, but yeah, he's a person who talks a lot about talents and all. The grave is the richest place on the planet Earth because many people have died with untapped talents or skills. So we should make it our aim to die without discovering, we should make it our aim not to die without discovering what we're good at. Because within us, all of us who are here, there are great books which haven't been written. There are great composers or great music pieces which haven't been written. There are great actors among us. So we have to make the move to discover which talents or whatever skills we are good at and share them with the world. So we shouldn't die with the talents. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, this is a very surprising fact, Mitch. Yeah, I get so surprised, to be honest. Okay, so thank you so much for the amazing topic, and hope we can have you as a host multiple times in the future. Yeah, so please, guys, I shared our Facebook group and Instagram on the chat box. So please follow our Instagram page and join our Facebook group to be updated, because in the near future, we will only share our ID and link on Instagram and Facebook. So I don't want you to miss this. So please follow and join the group on Facebook. And for members who are still not in our VIP group, contact the admin and he will add you to our VIP group on WhatsApp. So thank you so much and see you next Saturday in our English virtual learning session. Bye for now.
Bye. Thank you very much, Isan. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you. Thank you so much.
It was
Bye.
a wonderful session. Bye-bye.
Meet you again.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Mitch. Thanks, Hisham. Thanks, Pat.
Next session will be on Sunday or Saturday?